Casino. Sign up today at uwager.lv, the premier online sportsbook, taking wagers since 1998. The most player-friendly lines, weekly juice specials, line in MLB. Unique casino platforms with thousands of games. Play poker, high stakes, low stakes, or tournament play. uwager.lv, what we offer. Free same-day payouts. Customer service and wagering support, 24/7, year-round. Free monthly rebates on your action and daily casino rebates. Contests, free bets, best bonuses, and giveaways. Generous referral program. Get an 80% free play bonus on your first deposit, up to $1,000. Sign up today, and use promo code SPORTSWEB. Remember, you can't win if you don't play.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television here on a happy
Hump Day
edition of the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about. How do we start off this show as we do every Monday, Wednesday night, and of course for your pre, half, and post-game editions of this show and the J.P. Peterson Show. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Guess you're wondering where I'm going to be tomorrow night. Seeing as J.P. Peterson will be working the Lightning game because he is the, of course, Lightning Vision's period through periods. One period, I almost said half. 1 period, 2 periods there for Lightning Vision doing the pre-show, post-show, stuff like that. We will be live here. And let me go ahead and get the graphic on the screen right there from Molly Malone's in Newport Richey, 4108 Little Road in Newport Richey. I don't know if you guys are noticing this right now, but we are live on the Molly Malone's page. I expect all you Buffalo Bill fans to come out. I will be in the Lions Den tomorrow night. Hopefully some of my friends come out and support me with being Bucs fans, because we're going to hear a lot of this tomorrow night from Buffalo Bill fans. Yeah.
The Bills make me want to shout.
Yeah, but we can't do that. We can't go out like that. We got to go out like this. That's what we got to go out like, right there. There we go. So we will be live about 7:30 with your pre-show here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. We'll get you up to game time. We'll watch the game together. We'll go to a halftime show. We'll get as much reaction as possible. And then, of course, we will do the post-game show live from, once again, Molly Malone's Irish Pub and Eatery, 4108 Little Road in Newport Richey. So there you go. I'm coming home. I'm actually from Newport Richey. People don't know that. Originally born in Clearwater, but the majority of my life in Newport Richey. So we'll be there tomorrow night. I'm definitely coming home and definitely coming to see all you Buffalo Bill fans out there, all you Bills Mafia fans. On tonight's show, we'll have Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire of the Sports Web. We'll have the legend himself, Mr. Leo Haggerty, former Coach Scout and now media member of Night Sports Productions and Amped Up Sports, and Buffalo Bills sideline reporter Sal Cappacio. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right there, Bills fans and Bucs fans. And then, of course, as always, we'll hear from you on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, because this is a fully interactive show. What is this, you're wondering? What is on my page right now? We call this the Evolution of Sports Talk Television because it's a TV, it's a radio show, we have sound effects, and as always, we got phone calls. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 to get in on the action. Let's go ahead and go out to these comments here. That's my mother right there writing the longest text. Gotta love her, watching the best sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area, the Sports Web. Guess what? He started out in Newport Richey with a public access channel. Now he's coming home. His own show, Molly Malone's. Please come out, watch the pregame show, and after the game, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan club of the Sports Web. You gotta love her. She is my agent without being my agent. Love you, Mom. Appreciate it. Let's go out to Anthony Richardson, a.k.a. Troy Polamalu first. Nope, not tonight you weren't. Christopher Cole. It looks like during the bye week, the OL coach Harold Goodwin and the running game coordinator Gilbert put in their input because they are the only holdovers from the BA left wedge offense. The Bucs making some changes today. They activated Chase Edmonds. Also, Aaron Stinney will be your left guard as Matt Filer is hurt. So my question out there to Bucs fans, will this make a difference on Thursday night versus the Buffalo Bills on Thursday night prime time football? Give me a phone call, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You look at this matchup, it's ripe for the picking, if you will, for this Bucs team, which has struggled mightily. I don't have to tell you how bad this offense has been when it comes to rushing the ball. Not good. Not good at all. But as my friend Ben Cornett reminds me, because, it's one of my favorite movies out there, any given Sunday, any given Thursday. So we'll see if this team is prepared. And if they're not, they're most likely get their doors blown off. And no Bucs fan wants to see that, but I know there's a lot of Buffalo Bill fans that want to see that. And again, if you're watching this on the Molly Malone's page, I welcome you to come out. You're more than welcome to come out. You're more than welcome to get on the phone line. You're more than welcome to get in front of the camera. Hell, I'll you know what? You put somebody through the table there, Bills Mafia, because I'm a wrestling fan just like you guys are. We'll go ahead and film that here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. So it's all open. All right, let's go out to Roger Shue. Holy Ric Flair just showed up on AEW. Woo! Well, how about that? There you go. Some wrestling talk. Where are you going to be at tomorrow? Well, I just put it out there in case you guys didn't catch it. And I'm going to do this. Whether it's with the JP Peterson show or my show, we're going to get out. We're going to talk to Bucs fans. We're going to talk to Bills fans. We're going to talk to Bears fans. We're going to talk to Cowboy fans. We're going to talk to football fans. I need to get out of my house a little bit. People say I'm not sociable enough, even though I have all these shows that I'm doing. Need to get a little bit more sociable. That's what we're going to do from now on. You're going to have to watch in the Bay Area. And, don't look for anybody else to have this type of setup, because they don't. Trust me, all the big boys, they don't have this. This is a TV and radio show that nobody else has. It's a streaming show. We call it The Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And again, Molly Malone's Irish Pub and Eatery, 4108 Little Road in Newport Richey. So, Ed, if you want to come on down, you can do that. It's a little drive, but it's worth it, right? For the Rolex reporter right there? Okay. So, let's see. Roger, I'll try and show up. I mean, you should, Tribal Troll.
Acknowledge me!
I mean, you only live right down the friggin' street, so if you don't show up, then, I don't know. I don't know what the heck you're doing. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Absolutely go Bucs.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Let's go out to Ben Cornett. Good evening, Peter. Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, yeah!
Let's go out to Anthony Richardson. No long Texas here. Keep it short. I mean, who the hell are you, buddy? Who the hell are you?
This guy sucks.
Let's go out to Ben Cornett. Any given Thursday, love it. Millie says, go Bills. So there you go. She's a Bills fan. Hopefully, Millie, you're joining me tomorrow at Molly Malone's. I'm okay with getting around opposing fans. I can handle myself. I can absolutely handle myself. Mike COC, drinks on Pete. You coming? Are you coming, Mike? I mean, where's Bucs Nation at? The phone lines right now are just dry. I mean, full of crickets. I mean, what's your biggest keys to this game against the Buffalo Bills on Thursday night? Get on the phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to Brett Roberts. Thanks a lot for tuning in on I Love St. Pete. Of course, we're live on there also. Buffalo is about to get drugged. I like that. I like that a lot. Very good.
Yeah.
Let's go out to Dave here. I'm a realist, and after the Falcons game, I really don't think the offense will have a chance against the Bills' defense without a running game. People are putting Baker down, but he needs some kind of running game. I completely agree. Now, once again, going back to it, Dave, did he miss some throws? Absolutely. You can go back to it. We can go back to the main interception, right? The second to last drive. It kills me. It kills a lot of Bucs fans. Because when you look at the all 22, White is wide open in the flat. You got to hit that instead of trying to force it to Cade Otton. And you don't do it. And that costs you points. You get no points out of that. So did he miss throws? Has he missed throws the last couple of weeks? Is he perfect? Can I get this out of the way? Because people are like, well, you criticized Tom Brady last year. You're not criticizing Baker Mayfield. Yes, I have. I've definitely criticized Baker Mayfield. He hasn't made a lot of throws here in the last couple of weeks, and he has been a reason why this offense has struggled. He is the quarterback. He is the El Capitan. He has to play better than he has. And if he doesn't play better, and you don't have an offensive line that's blocking, and you don't have a running game, and you have it's a total team effort. But does it always fall on the quarterback? Of course it does. So we'll see how he plays. Is it all his fault? No. Is he a reason for the struggles? Absolutely. How could you not say it? With missing throws deep, with missing throws short, reading the defense, taking what the defense gives you. That's what it comes down to. And if it comes down to that tomorrow night, can he do that? Is he good Baker, the first couple of weeks, or is he the guy trying to force something? Is he the old Baker? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So good stuff, Dave. Thanks a lot for tuning in. As always. Let me go out to Christopher Cole. Troy, I'll text long as I want to. Absolutely. Text. Ed, absolutely. Anthony says, go Roger, prepay your Uber. Byron here. Yo, Peter Blake, what's up? What's up with getting a running back by the trading deadline? I certainly think that could be possible. Whether they have success or not, but it certainly seems like they want to go with Rachaad White, right? They invested a 3rd round pick. Could they make a trade for Rashard Penny? Possibility. Derrick Henry is out there. Bucs fans, would you like to see him in pewter and red? How about a Dalvin Cook? How much is a Dalvin Cook going to cost this team? Is that where you go? Is that going to solve your running game problem? I tell you what, let's go out to the phone line. Stand by. There we go. Hold on a sec. All right, so let's go out to the phone lines. Ed, leading it off here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's on your mind? Welcome to the Sports Web.
Yeah, definitely text me the name and address that place. I'll come out.
Absolutely. Absolutely, buddy.
So, as far as going to get a running back, I just don't see it happening. I think Rachaad White will be fine. I think what we need to do is get a better offensive line, honestly.
That's what you think? The offensive line is the big problem? I mean, it's tough to find offensive linemen because offensive linemen don't grow on trees at this point.
Well, it doesn't matter. If you can go pay, $5 million a year or $20 million a year for a running back or whatever for a reserve running back, and then if you don't have an offensive line that's going to open the holes for him, then what's he going to do?
Right.
Well,
it's true. It's absolutely true. So you don't want to see them run or trade for a Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook, even if it costs, because there's reports out there that Dalvin Cook is going to cost you possibly a 5th or 6th round pick. Bucs fans, would you trade a 5th or 6th round pick for the guy that most likely should have been the 1st round pick in 2017 and the Dalvin Cook? Yes or no?
It depends. What's he going to cost to sign, though?
Well, I mean, that's the thing right there. That's the problem that you run into with the salary cap, with the Bucs only being under $4 million. I think the Jets would have to eat the majority of that salary. Agreed.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is, if we're going to go out signing players now, are we going to have the space to sign a Mike Evans? Because that's got to be a priority for the Bucs.
You would think it definitely is a priority, Ed. You also think that Antoine Winfield Jr. is the biggest priority with the way he's played. Tristan Wirfs coming up here, most likely the best left tackle in the league. So definitely priorities on the Bucs' mind. I don't think Devin White is. I don't think he's played like that. Now, that's not to say he can't play better than he has and earn that contract extension. I'm just not sure if the Bucs are going to pay him $18 to $20 million. But I think Evans is still there. I'm just not sure what the market value is and how much he wants to be paid at the end of the day.
Honestly, I think his market value may be lower than what he thinks it is because of the drops, because of the things that have occurred, with him, his injury. I don't know if he's really – I mean, he certainly is I'm not going to argue that he's not a Hall of Famer in the making. He is.
Right.
He's definitely got the accolades to be a Hall of Famer. No doubt about that.
Right.
But whether or not he's worth top tier wide receiver money right now in his career, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure anymore.
Well, I mean, and that's the big time question. I love Mike Evans, and I think he should be signed, but is he worth over $20 million? The Bucs will have to explore that, but definitely that's what it comes down to. If you make a trade for a running back, you're going to have to pay them, or you're going to have to figure out if the Jets want to get rid of him, you give up a premium pick, like a 5th-round pick, and they pay half of the salary, and then maybe you can get him if that's where the Bucs want to go. They may want to stick with that running back room, and all we've heard throughout the offseason is that this team is not a Super Bowl team. They may not be a Super Bowl team, but they still have an opportunity to win this division, and if you get into the playoffs, you never know what can happen. Ed, anything else?
True. That's pretty much it, bro. Thank you. And definitely text me, and I'll come out tomorrow.
All right, man. Sounds good. Ed, use that second call. Appreciate you. Let me go ahead and give you the Ric Flair right there. Let's go ahead and read the rest of these comments. So, Byron, I hope that answered your question. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Haha, you're the best. Absolutely. Come out if you're a Bills fan. We'll get you on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. All right. Fine. Let me go out to Sitton. It's the Bucs day. And man-to-man defense, they have a chance to win the game. I completely agree with you. You know, when they've gone with that zone defense, it's exposed the middle of the field. It's exposed the corners that are not very good in zone. What's the reason why you're paying these corners in the first place? To pay man-to-man coverage. So let them earn their money. Stop going to a zone defense because it seems like it's not working. So good stuff there, Facebook user. Let's get some hurry-up offense rolling here. There tomorrow seems to get some offensive momentum going. Absolutely. Some tempo. Great comment, whomever wrote that right there. I think that's from I Love St. Pete. So let me go out to see who that is as a comment right there. That's Jeff Moody. Thanks a lot, Jeff, for the comment.
Oh, yeah.
Agree. I want to see this offense get pissed off. Don't you? I mean, we heard this a couple weeks ago. Where is getting pissed off, getting angry, punching somebody in the mouth? You know, my host of the JP Peterson show, JP Peterson, says this team is soft. Do you agree with them? Is it time to get hard tomorrow night? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Anthony Richardson, any trade markets or Butterfingers? Mike Evans. Dave, with the way the running game is going, Baker has to throw more. We were told the quarterback was supposed to be the point guard. Agree. Good comment. Donovan Smith about to win another Super Bowl. Let's see here. Cook is old as hell. I take Cook for a draft pick for sure, says Jeff. Good comment there. I want to say the Bucs can win just the way the Bills have been playing, but question is, does the coaching staff have the right game plan going into the game? Will the players show up and make some plays? That is Zach Mitchell. Tell you what, let's go back out to the phone line. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Hey, Corey from Tampa.
What's going on, Corey?
Hey, first of all, I'm feeling that Todd Bowles is on the hot seat, man.
Think so?
Yeah.
Why do you say that for?
I'm saying I don't understand why you assign a offensive coordinator that was really was a quarterback coach in Seattle for years and years that never called a play in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Think that he could come in and sequence. So you got to sequence play. You could call a bunch of plays, but you got to sequence them together. You got to be able to put them together. You got to know, something for second and long, something for third and short, something for first and short. You got to be able to put plays together, and we just haven't been doing that at all.
Well, and I agree with you on that. And you look, Corey, some of that talk during the offseason was how could Canales, who's never made the calls in the NFL, first time as an offensive coordinator, how would that transition over? Would there be bumps in the road? And certainly right now, but he wasn't the first choice. He was like the 12th or 14th interview. He's charismatic, but he doesn't have that experience. So he's real
charismatic. He's like a snake charmer, or he like a snake charmer.
Snake oil salesman, or is that what you're saying? Oh no, I'm not giving up
man.
on Canales yet. I think this is not just play calling. I think it's also personnel. And maybe if the Bucs, and I will say this, if the Bucs struggle, and I hope they don't, but if they do struggle, Corey, and first let me ask you this, and then I get out to Harry. Harry, I see you. Be patient. I'm talking to my webheads right now. I'll get right out to you, co-host. I promise you. Aaron Stinney being the left guard there. You have Chase Edmonds coming off the IR being activated. Do you think that makes a difference tomorrow night against the Bills on Thursday Night Football?
I mean, Chase got a little bit of speed, but Chase never been an every down back. He's like a third down scout back. Like he never been a real every down back. But I mean, maybe Stinney could get more push than the dude from LA, because I think he kind of like an old veteran. He like a bridge player. He never really got that much push. But even like it's like in the scheme we try to run, we can't run it. We'll you try to be athletic and pull with Mark and Gedeke. I mean, they can pull. You do a GT counter, you bring the tight end and do a GY counter. They still get up there in the hole and they can't block nobody.
I'll tell you what, Corey, hold that thought, because I want to get my co-host on, because he loves to talk about the Bucs not running or running with their running backs with that offensive line. Here we go. Harry the Greek, a professional handicapper extraordinaire of the sports web, will be live in Newport Richie tomorrow night at Molly Malone's. Welcome to the Evolution. You got Corey on the line here. He wants to talk about running backs. I tell you what, go ahead and throw that question out again to Harry. Tell me what you think about this question from Corey. Go ahead and throw that out again, Corey.
Oh, what about with the coordinator? Why he got a coordinator that never called the play?
Yeah,
in the NFL. Yeah. Why wouldn't you get somebody proven, man? I mean, even if you got to go to the college ranks and find somebody, you got people in the college ranks that's called plays in the NFL, and that this year your butt kind of on the line. He go down with this ship, because people calling for Todd Bowles' head right now.
Is he on the hot seat because of the hire of Canales, Harry the Greek?
No, not yet. He's not on the hot seat yet. If this team doesn't make the playoffs, then definitely. Corey, I really honestly think Todd Bowles would be on the hot seat. I don't know if you knew this or not. I believe he was the 14th interview that they actually had before they made a decision on who they were going to use as an offensive coordinator. Something's going on. Someone's making him pass the ball like this, because this running game being non-existent is something less than what to be desired for. I mean, it's just not who he is, he came from.
It's just the NFL. I mean, you run a counter in the NFL, them linebackers go spill it. They go take on the guard. They go take on the tackle. This ain't college. They ain't scared to go head up and take them on. Like last year, we used to run a little bit of duo and get a push, but they don't even run that. They try to run outside zone, and then you have the running back. He can't find the cutback lane. It's like, it's crazy, man. The running backs ain't good. The line ain't good. I mean,
well, I beg to differ with you on that, Corey, because they're just not running the ball enough to do that. And you're right; they are being a little bit predictable. Let's talk. Why don't they try to run a few more sweep tosses and get the guards rolling out? Let's run a few RPOs. You do have a somewhat mobile quarterback back there, but someone's pulling the trigger. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's almost as if Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich are still calling the plays, which is totally moronic, because of the 3 wins that I know of, they had much more balanced attack. But you cannot win football games in this offense running the ball 16 times. It ain't going to happen. I don't give a damn who you are.
The games that we won, how many rushing yards we had? About 100.
It's not 100 against New Orleans. Last time was 114.
It's not the rushing yards. I understand where you're going to. It's the amount of attempts. Because when you have a Chris Godwin and you have a Mike Evans, arguably the best receiver ever in a Tampa Bay uniform, you know just as well as I do, Baker Mayfield knows how to hide that football, especially in the play action. And I'm going to tell you, in those 3 wins, when I was going back watching tape work on these teams, let me be very clear when I say this. Every one of the safeties in the corners, every time they took a snap, were peeking into the backfield like this, wondering where they handed that ball off, because they had the respect to run, because they were trying to run the football. These last couple of games, they ain't even peeking, brother. Not even peeking.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got to take a read
Pete.
step. You got to honor the run first. You got to take a read step to see. But I mean, but if you can't run at all, they don't even give a damn no more.
It's not true.
Well, to me, I mean, yeah, you're definitely going to have to run. You're going to have to be balanced. You have to show the threat of run. But if it's not working, you also have to make adjustments. And this team has been able to do neither of that, whether it's in the first half, the second half. You got to get out to a fast start. And this Todd Bowles team, Corey, and you would agree with this, and then I'll let you go after this if you have another question, whatever else is on your mind. We got a second call for you if you like. And definitely tune in tomorrow night here as we'll have your pre-half and post-game edition live from Newport Richie's Molly Malone's Irish Pub and Eatery there. Definitely tune into that. But, they got off to slow starts. That has definitely plagued them. And you just kind of wonder, once again, is that because of coaching? Is that because of play design? Is that, players not being ready? And you're exactly right. If you don't win and you miss out on the playoffs, I definitely think Todd Bowles is on the hot seat. What else, Corey?
14th interview.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and can y'all answer this for me, man? The JTS experiment, I think it's dead, man. I think you need to end it, man.
Well, I tell you right now, he needs to make more plays because I said this in the offseason, and I'll say it again. Yaya Diaby definitely deserves the opportunity. He's a little bit raw with technique, but I believe he'll continue to steal those reps if JTS doesn't not only finish with, sacking the quarterback, but play better in the run. He has to make more plays. He's a first-round pick. It's put up or shut up time. I will agree with you. He's got to play. I'm not ready to give up on him. I'm not ready to give up on Logan Hall because they have showed some flashes of brilliance, but they got to be more consistent. And that goes along with Devin White. He has to be more consistent. It's like, I believe Todd Bowles said, if we had 11 other Antoine Winfield Jr.'s, we would be good. That's what you need right now. You need an Antoine Winfield Jr. who's playing
Devin
his
White.
Yeah,
Who the hell is Devin White still on this team? Because I thought you put his ass on a milk cart.
He has been on the milk cart. And Corey, thanks a lot for the call, my friend. We appreciate it. Use that second call.
Yeah!
Thanks, Corey. I appreciate you calling in, man.
New calls, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So I will be in my hometown tomorrow, Newport Richie.
No place really. Hey, I got a question for you, Pete.
Yes.
If I come up there, if I come up there and buy you wings and buy you dinner, if I put a kilt on you, just like I did Tom Banner, what's up, Tom? Don't think I don't see you out there, Mr. Banner. If I put a kilt on your sorry ass, will you go out towards US 19 and give me a good Irish jig?
I tell you what, if you buy me dinner, if you buy me wings in front of Bill's Mafia, I will wear that kilt and I will do an Irish jig right on camera on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. How about that?
Oh, God bless America. Hey, Banner, are you getting jealous?
All right, so let's go back out.
Oh, and Banner, we don't even have to get this guy to drink to do it, okay?
No, I mean, I'm not afraid.
That's a little inside joke from my buddy Mr. Tom Banner out there. By the way, my homeboy from the Chi-Town area, who's awesome, great family, great kids, and just, you know what, even a better person, and absolutely loves all sports.
Well, the phone lines are blowing up right now. Let's go out to the tribal drone. That's not it.
Acknowledge me.
Roger Shue from Holiday. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Harry the Greek. What's on your mind?
Okay, first of all, Greek, Peter doesn't even know what an Irish jig is.
That you're going to have to help him. That was the other contingency.
Well, if you're going to be there, Roger should be there.
I'm Irish, but I cannot do a jig myself, so I'm going to.
Hold on, I got to bring this up. He can't do the jig sober. We know this, Banner. Believe me, we know this. He
will never consume alcohol. I've seen him in 21 years that I've known him drink a beer one time.
It's true,
bro. If I give him, listen, Peter's a lightweight. One drink, he's buzzed. 2, he's drunk. 3, he'll run around the damn bar naked. Trust me, he could do a jig. Let's just eliminate the 3 beers. Just give him 2 shots of anything, and it'll be
some Uzo.
Oh,
Uzo.
God. You and your Uzo. All right, what else is on your mind? I heard Ric Flair showed up tonight on AEW.
Yes,
what about that,
did.
huh?
Yeah. You'll have to watch, and Tony Khan got Sting a gift for his retirement, and the music hits. Out comes Ric Flair.
Wow. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. What else is on your mind?
So, Greek, are you going to be there tomorrow night?
I'm thinking about it, my fellow Greekites out there and all the Greekites that are out there that do support this show. It's not just about the webheads. We now have Greekites. Say it, Peter, with me. Greekites. It's
Greekites. Greekites. It's what, again, I love the other football fans here, not just Bucs fans, but, Bills fans. We're going to be around Bills Mafia tomorrow night. And I hope in the background, somebody's going through a friggin' table. I hope somebody's going through a table because I want to film that. I want to do a sports talk show.
I want it to be you.
I'll tell you right now, if you keep it up, I'm going to put you through a table in care of the Bills Mafia. What else do you want?
That's really about it. I was just wondering,
why do you always sound drunk when you call my show for? Why do you always?
Because he has to put up with your crap all day long, Pete. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. Thank you, Greek.
I understand. My fellow Greek, you can use your second and third call here, but I really appreciate you calling in. From the love of the Greek.
Where is this place at on Ridge Road? Give me
It's all you gotta do is look it up. It's no place really. It's this big.
Will you shut up? Be quiet. 4108 Little Road in Newport Richey, my friend. Just go ahead and you'll put it in the GPS. I know you've been there before. It's Molly Malone's Irish Pub and Eatery. Come on.
It's a bar? Oh my God. He's been to every bar up and down on 19.
He has. Of course he has. He most likely walked out of a bar. Hopefully not walked in the street and got hit by a car because he was so drunk.
I do not frequent bars. I only drink at home.
Okay. All right, Rob. We got to run. Let me go ahead and hit the phone line. Appreciate you as always. Let's go out to the phone line. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the Sports Web. Bucs versus the Bills. You're on with yours truly. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Peter Blake? How you guys doing, man?
Oh, Mr. Williams! I seen you, buddy. You were posing. Well, listen, I seen you, buddy, on Facebook. You were posing.
I just want to say thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Oh, man, I thank God that I don't have cancer.
Oh, that's awesome. That is. Thank you, because I want to.
Because I had to have surgery, man.
Well, good, man, and everything is good. Everything's turned out well. You're ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right.
Yeah. Hey, Harry. Yeah. Going down that way, Peter.
Yeah.
So, Peter.
Yeah.
Send the car for me. So we can eat them wings together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Harry the Greek, he owes you wings, right there, Mr. Williams?
Yeah. Absolutely. When my buddy Tom Banner comes to Florida, he's already told me he's buying everybody who watches the show a free round of drinks. Right, Tom? It's on you. You're the money, man.
Love it. Love it. All right. So what else, Mr. Williams? Congratulations, by the way.
But, man, we need offensive coordinator.
You're ready. So you're ready to give up on Canales at this point?
Of course. Everybody wants to jump off the bridge.
Man, I'm not sold on him.
No.
You better be, because that's all we got right now.
He said that he never called no plays in Seattle.
Well, he's never called any plays in Seattle. You're exactly right. There's going to be some bumps in the road.
Yeah, because he was up under Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
And God forbid, why y'all hire Jason Light? Yeah, you got something to do with it too. Because how you go get a quarterback coach and let him be the offensive coordinator?
I'll tell you how. The same reason how the Chicago Bears did it was some moron from Green Bay that doesn't know how to call plays. Okay, just like a lot of other people. You know, I'm going to tell you the truth. And here's the truth, Buck fans. Let me explain. Hold on for a minute. Let me tell you how you ended up with Dave Canales. Because nobody else wanted to come here. Let's be very clear on that. It was right after Tom Brady. Canales is not a bad hire. Canales just needs to get back to doing what they were doing when they first started in the league. Don't panic because you're 10 points down. You got to stick to the run game. You have to. No matter how much it doesn't work, it sets up the run. Sets up the play action. That's the bottom line. But if you want the real hard truth, no one wanted to be the OC here in Tampa. That's what it is.
Yeah, there was a reason for that because there was no quarterback stability.
Correct.
Right. And another thing, number 6, need to spend more time with his receivers because he need to get his mechanics right.
Well, the mechanics are fine. He's not seeing the open receivers.
Yeah,
and if you look at the video that Blake Anthony put out earlier today, Pete, I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't even see it even after doing the work. He showed me a few things. There's like 6 or 7 plays that there's 2 and 3 wide receivers completely open. He looked like Justin Fields looking at receivers that are 20 yards downfield, and there ain't a DB 10 yards around him. He's looking at him and not pulling the trigger to throw the ball. Something's off there, and it's not mechanics. It's something which has to do with confidence. But it'll come back.
Yeah, and it definitely needs to come back. And you're exactly right. I looked at Blake Anthony's video. Great breakdown, as always. Of course, a part of the Blake and Blake show there on the other platforms that we won't mention on this show. But doing great work there, Blake. Great job. And you're exactly right. Rashad White was wide open, and you missed him. He tried to force it to Cade Otton.
That wasn't the only one.
Right. Well, there's a couple throws.
No, that wasn't.
And the last couple of weeks,
that wasn't the only one.
Right?
The only one.
But that's the one that I'm focused on because if you make that throw, more than likely we're not here talking about the Bucs losing. I think the Bucs win that game if they at least get a field goal out of that. And there was a lot of grass in that area, so it could have been a first down. It could have been an extension of the drive, and maybe you win that game at that point. But Mr. Williams, what else is on your mind? And then we got to run, my friend.
What's up, man?
Like I say, we got to just go down here tomorrow, man, and just win.
Yeah, that's it. You're exactly right.
And just win. And I hope I can get 11 Antoine Winfield Juniors on the field.
Exactly. I agree with you on that because the way he's played has been lights out.
Hall, he's coming along.
He is.
He'll be a real good defensive end. Well, he's coming along.
Well,
man.
what about your guy, Get Live 45, Devin White? Is he going to show up last night? Because he hasn't shown up for the majority of the year.
Devin need to turn it up a notch.
Yeah,
I seen Devin over at Publix.
See if somebody can buy that contract.
I did. He was in the dairy section on the back of that milk carton.
Man, oh man! All right, Mr. Williams.
I'm about to put him on the back of a Pepsi Cola can.
I understand. Williams, just as long it's not a Bud Light can.
Will you shut up? Congratulations, Mr. Williams.
I wouldn't do Bud Light like that.
Yes. No. Congratulations, Mr. Williams, on not having cancer. We hope to see you tomorrow night, my friend, here on the Evolution. Definitely tune in and call in. All right.
Man.
See you later, brother.
Appreciate you, brother. Love you. All right, let's go out to Tampa Bay. Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay. What's on your mind tonight? Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. And he's gone. I don't know where he went. So I guess he decided to not get on.
You took too long to answer the phone as usual.
Well, I'm sorry. The phone lines are packed. I'm trying to be as nice as possible. And we just got one of our webheads. Hey, hold on. We just got one of our webheads, Mr. Williams, who calls this show all the time.
Guys.
Well, okay, fine. Webheads.
Don't leave me out of it.
Okay. But he calls.
You know I can get in my feelings. I'm sensitive, Pete.
I know you are sensitive.
I'm sensitive today.
He calls the show from the hospital bed, and he calls us.
I remember.
Telling us no cancer. All right, it's open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I want to continue with these comments and then get back to the question of the night. Bucs fans, does it make a difference with activating a Chase Edmonds and also switching left guards by injury? Aaron Stinney now in from Matt Filer. Let me go out to you here. Does this make a difference in your opinion? I already know the answer at this point.
Well, read my face.
Yes.
2 words. Thank God.
Matt Filer is that bad, and you look at his Pro Football Focus grades. I know you love.
Will you stop? You know what? If you say it again, I will leave the program tonight.
Pro Football Focus. Pro Football. Get out. Take your Greekites with you, you jerk.
Oh, right, you hear that, Greekites?
Let's see here. All right, I want to read these comments. It's the Buccaneers. Okay, we read that one. Sorry about that. Let's see. Point guard here. This is a good question from Dave. With the way the running game is going, Baker has to throw more. We were told the quarterback was supposed to be the point guard. We were told that in the offseason that necessarily has not worked out, right?
You got one of the best quarterbacks that I've ever seen at disguising the play action pass. I'm not kidding you. He's that good. Now, is he that good of a quarterback? No, but disguising that play action pass, that's why I said, yeah, it does matter how many yards going to get per carry, but it really doesn't matter that much when you have the receivers that Tampa have. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's like going into the washing machine, rinse and repeat. And I'm gonna say it again. Continue to run the football to set up the pass. They have a great play action pass. You know what? I don't know why they stopped doing it, but they did.
All right, I read this comment before. I'm going to read it again. I want to say the button. I believe this is Zach Mitchell. I want to say the Bucs can win just the way the Bills have been playing. But question is, does the coaching staff have the right game plan going into this game? And will the players show up and make some plays? And that's, again, is from Zach Mitchell. What do you say?
9.5-point underdogs, ladies and gentlemen. How do you like me now? Holy cow. 9.5-point underdogs.
How do you look at this game, Harry the Greek?
You'll have to find out tomorrow at 11:15 on the J.P. Peterson show. I'm only kidding you. I like Tampa tomorrow in the first half. They're getting 5.5 points. Do not play them for the game. I do think they're going to come out. They understand the urgency of this game. Buffalo's not playing as good as they were playing at one time. They are pissed off, especially what happened with New England. But hey, guys, Tampa still has a good front four, and Jared Allen coughs up the ball more than anybody in the National Football League. And maybe there's going to be a certain linebacker that might actually start playing. As a matter of fact, I just looked over here, and I don't see him on my milk carton anymore. So I think he might actually have a good game.
Are you saying Devin White get live 45? Okay, I like it. I like it. Let's go out to Christopher Cole. If they have to dink and dunk their way to victory, I'm good with it. You're good with that? Is that where the Bucs should go if they're not able to go deep, which we've seen Baker, although he hits the 40-yard pass early to Mike Evans. You feel good about that. And then, give credit to where credit is due, whether Atlanta was bracketing coverage towards Evans, shutting down Godwin because he wasn't able to get the separation. I still think your offensive coordinator has to scheme to find those playmakers. Dink and dunk down the field. What do you say?
I say get creative with the run game. Again, going to the washing machine, rinse and repeat. Try a couple toss sweeps, get a couple of pulling guards, move the pocket around, and set up the play action. The dink and dunk is just fine. However, Peter, however, the deep pass will be there. I'm so glad it's becoming boring because you want to know something? That's what wins football games.
Okay,
it's not all about flash. Hey, Miami fans, how you guys liking your team?
Oh, by the way, Philadelphia, how do you like them?
Look, I like them, but hey, Miami fans, let me ask you, how do you like that team down there?
That's true.
The greatest offense in the world because, oh my God, they can go all over. Really? You have to run the football with authority.
Well, they're not. They're too finesse, and when they get to the playoffs, they're going to get exposed. All right, don't tell anyone how much to text. Christopher Cole, Luke Gedeke is becoming a good right tackle. I mean, I think that's a big-time surprise because, a lot of people, a lot of fans saw him play guard last year, and it was atrocious.
Actually, we thought he might be a good right tackle by making that move to the right side because he only has to worry about that one position on his right.
Yep.
He doesn't usually have to take the inside play. However, that is his weak spot. If you want to get technical, anybody that tries the spin move to the inside between the guard and him, he has a weak spot. Everything that's come up in his face and to the right, he has managed very well. He's even picked up the blitz on the right-hand side. He did struggle at the guard position. I was also really surprised. I thought you were smoking crack, honestly, when you thought that this guy was going to be a good right tackle. My hats are off to you. You seeing it.
Yep, it's his natural position in college, and there was a reason. You just don't change positions unless you're like an alien like Tristan Wirfs, who turned out to be the best left tackle in the business over the human turnstile named Donovan Smith, who once again is getting away with murder in Kansas City. All right, so there you go. Good stuff there. Do we really think they will beat the Bills? Well, I don't know. I know this for sure. If we don't contain Josh Allen, I would give up a 5th and 7th for Dalvin at this point. It has been talked about. Dalvin Cook, not getting a lot of carries right now. Breece Hall is the number 1 back. Talk is they could trade him. Should the Bucs be interested if they only have to give up a 5th or 6th round pick for Cook? I get it. The salary is there, Maybe you give up a fifth,
No.
and
You
have
do it. You do it in your sleep. I'd give up 2/5, okay, and a bottle of rum and the plank and the ship. Go out and get Dalvin Cook. He fills a very big hole. And you know who else you get? You get a fullback. Get someone to start blocking for someone in front of him, and you'll see some run. You'll see a lot of good running.
All right, let's go out to Dave here. Winfield, Wirfs, Evans are the top priorities after the season with Levante. Also, Devin White can walk. He is a ghost. The only guys out of that, I believe, right now deserve an extension. Winfield, Wirfs, Levante, and then Evans after that. Everybody else, no.
My opinion?
Yes.
Winfield, Evans.
Well, Wirfs is your top left tackle.
Well, he's going to be there. It's Winfield, Evans, and Wirfs. Wirfs going to stay around. He loves Tampa too much. But I'm really sorry, guys. David, he's getting a little old.
I would still pay him. He's still the best linebacker on this team.
Don't tell me this next year. I've watched the regression with some of the great linebackers and a Brian Urlacher and a former Baltimore Raven, my brain, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
When they hit that one milestone, it doesn't slow down a little. It just regresses quick. You can't, Pete. They may be able to put him on a 1 year, maybe a 2 year deal, not paying a ton of money because of his age. But that's about it. But to pay the guy big money,
no,
especially
I'm not saying you're paying big money, but you're gonna. To me, you sign him to a 1 year deal. You keep him as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer for life, and on top of it, he still is playing at a high level. 13 stops.
I still think a couple of years he still has left in him, but you cannot pay him top. He can't be a priority to this team.
I think he's definitely a priority, leadership wise, and the kind of plays he
2 weeks ago, nobody talked about Mike Evans being a priority. Oh my God, they wanted to throw him off the Skyway Bridge. And I said, slow your roll.
All I said was, if you want to be
I didn't say you. What are you getting so defensive for? I said the webhead. Your webheads out there are ready to jump off the Skyway Bridge going, where did this moron come from? He's regressed. He's horrible. There's no more.
I'm not saying he regressed, but he definitely dropped some critical passes. And
that was one game.
Oh, my God. It's been more than one game this year. Come on.
Oh, stop it. He's still a top 10 wide receiver. Are you out of your tree?
I'm not saying he's not a top 10 wide receiver, but you got to play like it all the time, and he hasn't done that this year. Is that fair? Bucs fans, is that fair? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Don't you give me the business. I know what you were doing. This you're stirring it like always. There you go. This isn't
the brother. If I wasn't the chef of the shit soup, what fun would this be?
It's true. This isn't the game for the offense to come out slow. We have to punch them in the mouth. Do you expect that? By the way, good comment by Derek Stevens.
Yeah!
Another new webhead there. I think he's true.
He's a Greek guy. Don't let him fool you.
No, he's a webhead.
Anyway.
He's a webhead. I know who he is. They're all webheads.
Oh, okay.
They're Greekites or webheads. You got Roger.
No.
That's what you got.
I got Roger.
That's it. You got Roger, the tribal troll.
You know what? I am going to play with my little doll about this big. It has your hair on it. And I'm going to start poking things like your back.
Listen, it is Halloween. You don't have to, have, what is that called? A voodoo doll? You don't have to have a voodoo doll to do that. I mean, but you're talking about Roger's shoe right now. That's what I'm imagining. Like, you got Roger's shoe in the palm of your hand. Like, if you said, jump off the bridge right now, Roger would say, where at? Greekite?
Of course he would, because he knows I'm going to give him a soft landing. At least he knows he's going to jump onto a bar stool for a drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. At least you're not sending him off the plank. Okay. Are you, my Lord Jesus, please forgive him. Please forgive this guy, for he knows not what he does today.
Oh, geez. You and
I'm
your
teasing you. Did you eat a hot dog or what?
I did not. No hot dog. No, I did not. I
ate hot dogs.
Chicken quesadillas tonight.
No, that's not bad. No, listen, man. As far what was the one comment that was made? Because I actually had a response to it.
This isn't the game for the offense to come out slow. We have to punch them in the mouth.
And you said, do I agree with that? That's why I said this is what I think Tampa is actually going to do in this game on Thursday, Pete. In all seriousness, I think they're going to come out really strong. I don't think there's going to be a ton of points. I think the defenses are going to play very well, and I think Tampa keeps it close. And I'll tell you right now, if they impose their will with the run game, they might be able to set up the play action pass. Do you want me to put you back to sleep and give you my dissertation
No,
about
that's
running
okay.
the football?
I get what you're saying.
I
hope
was just kidding.
I hope they do it. No, I hope they do. Derek says, in our losses, we have ran the ball max 20 times in each loss. That is a huge reason why we haven't got it together on offense, and Baker has to read the defense better after as well.
That must be the comment of the night. That is like the most sensible thing that someone could say. Question. That's a great comment. I mean, I think he heard it somewhere.
He might be a Greek guy. I still think he's a webhead. Do we really think they're going to win against the Bills? I don't know. I'll tell you this.
I do. I think they could.
Okay. All right. Let me go out to Tampa Bay. Ray Kennedy. Harry wore a collar. Nice. I'm going to give
Tom Banner gave me that.
There you go. Borat there.
And my buddy, Jeff Stassi out of Chicago, it's his favorite color. He says, hey, Harry, it looks like you got a whole bunch of pot plants on your shirt. I said, they're palm trees. And he goes, no, they're not. They're pot plants.
Pot plants. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yes, Harry, a sweet play. I've seen the same thing. Thomas says, Magic 30-point blowout in pajamas.
You were wearing the pajamas?
Orlando beat Houston tonight, opening up NBA action. Did you like the LeBron James performance? By the way, can we put this out there right now? LeBron James
sucks.
LeBron is not the greatest player of all time simply because of the fact he has to injury load in the first game of the season. Michael Jordan never had to do that. Okay. Yeah, I just gotta say it. Like everybody continues to say it every year. LeBron James. Like, stop.
Listen, LeBron James spends 2/3 of the year, the whole year justifying why he's the greatest of all time, while Michael Jordan listens to everybody else say how great he is.
Right.
LeBron, you're a great player, but you're not Michael, man. You're not.
Yeah.
Michael. That's
what do you think about that? Because Charles Barkley was kind of throwing it out there. He didn't understand how players could be injury loading and not playing the full. It's the first game of the season, and you're gonna miss most of it. Come on, man. And people say, "Oh, the NBA players are better in this generation." How is that possible? Come on.
They're better in this generation.
Yes, better in this generation.
If Michael Jordan played in today's game, all bullshit aside, and I'd love to see what the webheads and the Greekites actually say about this. How many points a game do you think he would average? I say conservatively 40.
I would say 45.
No, I'm being conservative. I say 40. Seriously, guys, put a comment in there right now. I'd love to know how many points in today's game would Michael Jordan score. I'm just curious.
Love it. All right. Good question there. Michael Jordan, webheads, Greekites, definitely. How many points would Michael Jordan average a night? 40, 45. I say more than that. Bucs should hire Eberflus. Yeah, I know you were gonna choke on your coffee or your liquor there. No,
at least he calls a good defense.
Well, that's true. That's true. Zach Mitchell says 50 points. No scenario. Bucs fire Todd Bowles before 2025. What do you think about that? Todd Bowles as a coach, still believe in him, Harry the Greek?
Yeah, they're going to win the playoffs this year. I think they get it turned around. I'm not sure they get it turned around this week. I think they're going to be very competitive. I think it's going to go down to the fourth quarter. Who has the ball last is going to win this game. 9.5 points is too much for this game. I think Tampa's defense is a lot better than what people are giving them credit for. The Buffalo Bills do not play the run very well. Something's going to have to give. They know they need the play action, and as long as Tampa can play defense and play takeaway, they could be very competitive in this game.
All right, good stuff. Let's go out to Roger Shue. Greekites in the house. Will Harry be there tomorrow night? He just confirmed. It looks like he will be. We talked about the Dalvin Cook. Good stuff there. CSB brother Cole. The rookie is better than JTS, who is a bust. Where do you stand on JTS?
What's the JTS stand for?
Joe Tryon Shayinka.
He sucks. I said that when they drafted him.
This guy sucks.
I mean, let me tell you something. The guy's so bad, nothing personal. Who the hell gave him a nickname?
I don't know.
Okay, I mean, players like AB. We know who that is. JTS. You can go to anybody outside of Tampa and go, for what team does JTS play for? And even if you told them Tampa, they'd go,
I hope he performs well so that JT.
I don't know.
All right, got that one. Christopher Cole, Vea, Cansey, LVD, and Winfield Jr. are the only ones showing up. Cansey definitely showed up. Kalita Brown. Well, did you mess up? Okay, Peter, get it together. I will. I'll get it together. Kalita, big fan there. Woo! Right there. Ric Flair. Thanks a lot.
Peter needs a little company tomorrow night. Can you hook him up?
Will you shut up? Tell us about.
No, I'm serious. Just send out some girlfriends. You know where he's going to be. Go, come out.
Be quiet. Bucs. It's the Bucs, not the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's go out to this comment. Do you think the reason why the Bucs don't run the football enough is because they aren't getting the yards they need or have a lack of confidence in how the O-line running back is playing? Like we aren't staying committed to the run. We're not doing what we did when we won those 3 games. Is that a fair assessment?
It's a very fair assessment. And again, I love talking about the run game because Peter just gets really, really into this.
Absolutely.
I don't think they're disgusted with it. I think they're in panic mode too much, and I think this is where the inexperience with Dave Canales is coming in. And that's why I think you might see a little bit of a different game this week where they are going to try to run the ball to set up the play action pass. I don't know if I was talking about the play action or not, but Baker Mayfield, he does a really good job with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking here. Somebody's sending me some stuff. Okay, that I know that already. So thanks for sending that.
Can you pass me some through here?
But no, not that type of stuff, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Jeff, you see that out there? He doesn't share like you do.
I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. Molly Malone's rescued by
Jeff
John
knows.
Caffer and Bar Rescue. Ralph, come on now. You haven't even been there before. Stop it. It's a nice place. Can't wait to be there tomorrow night. 4108 Little Road in Newport Richey. I'm from Newport Richey. Coming home. Love it. Irish bar. I'm part Irish. You've seen my temper before when I get angry. So,
yeah, it's kind of cute.
Drinks on me, says Tom Banner.
I told you. You see,
quiet.
This guy sucks.
At least my friends got a little bit of cash. They make that shit rain, okay?
Okay. All right. I got you. Never, ever be ashamed of being a lightweight. I love being a lightweight. It's much more fun. I don't know who that is, but thanks a lot for tuning in here on The Evolution. Dave says, Harry hit the nail on the head. No one wanted to be the OC. That's why it took so long. Gabrielle, thank you very much.
Gabby, airport rides anytime. Guys, when you're up in Chicago, you're up in the Midwest, you're coming down to Florida, look them up on Facebook. Airport rides anytime. You want a hot chick picking you up? Her name is Gabby. Let me tell you something. Not only hot, but she could really take care of you, bro. Anytime, any place, she'll come get you and she'll bring you to wherever you want.
All right, good stuff there. Great promo, by the way. You're getting better at this. Cody Mock, is it too soon to call him a bad pick? Or do we need to wait and see? Beckles says he sucks. You know, Beckles thinks everybody sucks. I think it's too early. But again, I'm going to mention this. The Pro Football Focus grade says a 38.5.
Shut up!
And forget the grades. He's getting absolutely dominated. He is a rookie. He reminds me of Alex Kappa. You have to have that transition over, so I would give him another couple years here.
Did you say the word?
Pro Football Focus?
No, transition.
Transition, I did, yes. Okay, I don't want to hear your political nonsense on this.
Come on, Peter.
David's leadership is a priority. Thank you, Dave. That is a... Who else is a web? Oh, hold on. Well, see, now I put that out there, and look at this stuff.
What is it?
I'm a web Greek.
They compromised.
This guy sucks.
Dave.
Web
Dave. I'm
Web
the Greek. He's the Malacca.
Okay.
Say it with me, folks.
Right.
Web Greeks. I'm the Greek. Of Malacca, right there.
No, that's you right there. That's what you are.
He is the Michael Jordans of Malaccas.
Oh, you're an idiot. Harry Berg, pup, pass. Listen to you. Exactly. Jordan is the GOAT. Tom, shut up. Best comment of the night. Eberflus is a jack off for not letting
And you read it. Tom, here, bring that back up there. Yeah, I gotta ask you about that. The kid plays his ass off. Okay. And for those of you that didn't watch the game, I don't expect you guys watching the Bears game, but really? It's his first NFL game. He throws a touchdown pass. Could have threw for 2. The guy drops it in the end zone, runs in for 1. He just has a phenomenal game as a rookie from D2 school. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the last play of game, they take him out, and they put in the backup to take the knee, and the kid wasn't hurt. What in the world would make you do that? Why wouldn't you let the kid, take full advantage and take that all in of what a surreal moment that was? And by the way, he had to purchase 53 tickets for family and friends to watch him in his first National Football League game. 53 tickets. Bro, that's got a lot of zeros on the back of it.
Oh, it does. Absolutely does. And if he continues to play that way, there's going to be a lot more people watching him, namely the Chicago Bears franchise is possibly a franchise quarterback. Jordan, 50 points, 20 assists. Agree with Dave? I think Dave's right on the money there. 50 points. Okay. Zach Mitchell, 50 points. I think he averages 45 to 50 points a game.
I say conservatively 40 points.
Jordan in his prime.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't say his prime now, okay? I was talking about Jordan when he was like 45.
No, Jordan in his prime right now. Forget about 45. Jordan in his prime, playing during this age right now where everybody says the NBA is great. How many points does he average?
You know what? Here's a fair question. How many catches per game and how many yards a game does Jerry Rice get in today's game? Are you kidding me? I just throw that out there, okay? Because to me, it's almost the same thing. Jerry Rice, in my opinion, was the GOAT of all the wide receivers ever to play this game. How many receptions and how many yards do you think he catches in a 17-game season now?
And people still say he's slow compared to the wide receivers today. Like, it's not all about speed, kids. It's not about speed kills. Okay.
Speed does kill, but it doesn't mean you still have to do this. Catch it. There's DBs that run faster than wide receivers, but they play defense for a reason.
Stone hands, yes, like you. Let's go out to Tim. Michael Jordan would average 25 points a game because he's in his 60s.
See, and you know what? That's a shame. I mean, now if he was 55, Tim, I'm asking you, does he score at least 35 or 40?
I mean, it's a good question. All right, 65, says Christopher Cole. Wow, Cole, 48 points a game only because there is no illegal D anymore. There is no D at all. Evening Gent, says the big board. Jeff Stassi, isn't JTS a J pop band? That is a really good one right there. It's not, no.
Jeff, just out of curiosity, if I just said, JTS of the Bucs, he'd be like, who the hell is JTS?
Well, right. Well, it sounds like, one of those pop bands that nobody knows anything about.
Is it a boys pop band?
Yes, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a boys pop band that you watch on MTV, which, by the way, kids, MTV used to have music videos. They don't have that anymore, but they have a music video show, and I know nobody at all. That's how old I know I'm getting, unless they throw back. No idea who anybody is anymore at all. I don't even understand the music. I'm like, what the hell is this? Do I have to have dyslexia to understand this? Can I say that?
Dyslexia? Yeah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference to what Peter said. Malacca, there's two different terminologies. It's either jagoff or jackoff. It's not jackoff. It's Jag, J-A-G. You see, you got to get it right. You got to be the Midwesterner. You're from Michigan.
You're a jagoff.
There you go, Pete. Doesn't that feel good? See, it's not that bad of a word. It's cathartic, Pete.
Yes, it is.
But that's like
jagoff.
No, not with the CK, Peter. That's fighting words.
I said jagoff. You're a jagoff.
Yeah, but J-A-G. It has to be J-A-G. You don't understand, man. It's like an endearing term in Chicago.
Jagoff.
Whatever. You're getting there. I'll have to explain it. You just keep practicing on your hot dogs. You're good.
Hot dog. All right. It's open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391.
How did this? Ray's not even here. We turned the show to this.
I mean, he usually has us in the gutter by now. He called up and then hung up. I don't know what he's going. What are you doing? You butt dialing? What are you doing there, Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy? I love to see fullback come back into style because it would be nice to have a guy cleaning up the holes for the running back. Of course,
I do too. It's a lost art, Pete. That's a very interesting comment. There's not many teams that actually still play a fullback. I mean, God, there were some human bowling balls out there. And I'll tell you what, the one that comes to mind was probably the best human bowling ball of all time. Dear friend of mine, Mr. Mike Allstott.
Well,
but if you ask him, he'd say he was a running back, but that's okay.
All right, feature back. Let's go out to Cole, former CSB brother. Of course, if you don't know what that means, Connecticut School of Broadcasting here on The Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Harry the Greek. Go.
Harry, listen, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Calling you out already. You're saying he's wrong. That's a webhead right there.
I am.
Okay.
He is absolutely wrong about Evans. Evans has reverted to rookie status in terms of dropping the ball and not catching. He was horrible his rookie year at catching the ball, drops in the end zone and things like that, and he's reverting back to that part of it.
Do you think he's distracted by the contract extension to the?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I think he's a lot like the captain of the Lightning, saying, "Listen, I've been here. I deserve to be treated like I'm family." And right now, they're treating him like a business. Both of them. Both.
I can appreciate the guys telling me I'm wrong, but I have a couple of questions for your friend. Are you Catholic by chance?
I was at one point, yes.
Okay, so you were. So I'm going to suggest that you go back to church and do. You are convicted to do. I don't know, 20 Hail Marys.
We're convicted to do.
Yeah, we convict you, baby.
You are not my father confessor, so no, sir. I don't think so. I do not think so.
That is a really good point. Yes, he has dropped a few more passes this year, but you know what? He's still a damn good.
A few. That's funny. A few.
So is it safe to say,
which would mean more than 3?
Is it safe to say that they should just throw in the towel?
No, he's not saying throw in the towel.
Oh no. That's the way I'm getting it here.
Saying that. Okay. I'm not saying that, but he has not played like a top 10 receiver this year.
Okay.
Well, and I tend to agree with him because there have been moments where he has not played like a top 10 wide receiver. Now, is he on track to get 1,000 yards this year? Absolutely. Is he on track to get 70 catches and 11 touchdowns? Absolutely. And I think he'll do that, and the Bucs will decide if they're going to sign him. All this nonsense of, they're going to let him go and he's not going to be the Bucs. They're going to let him test the market. Okay, they're going to see what the market is. And the market may not necessarily be where he thinks it's
not going to be.
I think it's going to be like Rondé Barber all over again. Rondé tested the market, and he realized, okay, they don't think I'm as good as I do. So I think he's going to come back for not a hometown discount, but lower than what he thinks he's worth.
I think it's certainly possible. And look, if he knocks it out of the box and has another great year, then maybe somebody will pay him. But he's a 30-year-old wide receiver. He has hamstring problems. I think he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, offensive player in Tampa Bay Buccaneer history, not named James Wilder or Mike Allstott, in my opinion. I think he'll go down as that, and I like to see him finish his career in the Bucs. But
because the great tight end that is the creamsicle tight end Jimmy Giles only had 4 Pro Bowls. I will agree with you on that.
Okay, love Jimmy Giles.
Jimmy Giles was my favorite.
Oh, he was unreal.
Outside of the great Doug Williams.
What about Eric Rhett? What about
Well,
no. You can't listen. This Evans. Rhett can't even hold Evans' jock, okay?
Agree.
Oh, we can't talk about jock straps on the show. Peter gets offended by that.
Easy now, out.
Hey, listen, I have one more question.
Yes.
Okay, one more question. Who's the better band? NK, was it NKOTB or JTS?
I don't know, man. How many people are in JTS?
Or O-Town? Well, which one?
I tell you right now, it's NKOTB. I know what that means. New kids on the block. And I tell you right now, JTS needs to be a new kid on the block because he has not performed, at a superstar level.
Does Justin sing with JTS or no? I mean, that's the problem.
Will you shut up and be quiet, Brittany?
Peter, calm down and just keep hanging tough, all right?
We'll do, my friend.
You know what? Hey, brother, do me a favor. I know you got Peter's Cash App because he paid you $20 to roast me, but honestly, you sucked pretty bad at doing it. Give him half his money back. You got a good point, but you didn't get me. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
Hey, I hope to see you out there tomorrow night. Are you coming out? Are you coming out to the Irish Bar tomorrow in Newport Richie?
I will try. I will make every effort.
All right.
Would love to see you out there, man. Come on out there. I'll buy you a drink.
All right. There you go.
Okay, cool.
All right. Cole, thanks a lot. CSB brother right there calling the evolution of Sports Talk Television. I did not pay him.
Oh,
I'm not
okay,
paying
Pete.
these callers.
Okay, Pete, you got to stop lying. I'm sitting next to you, and God hears this all.
What am I, a politician now? What am I doing?
Peter, come on, stop. I'm sitting next to you, and I don't want to get struck by lightning, okay? So if I have to move over this way a little bit further, okay.
Oh, God. All right. Harry Berg, sad, very sad. Millie says, Molly's is the best. You can buy me a pretzel when we win. Sounds like a plan. If the Bills do win, there you go.
Millie, come out tomorrow night. The Greek's got you. He'll buy you a pretzel.
There you go. Pretzels, beers. The Greek has got you right now. Why can't we bench Neil, who has underperformed and used Delaney at safety, say he keeps the starting job? I mean, I hate to say this. You know what? I'm not going to even say it. The level of play on the play on the field.
Can we talk about more of the run game and how it sets up the play action pass?
Well,
Would everybody like that dissertation again?
Listen, if you're going to do that, then I'm just going to go with Pro Football Focus grades show that he's a 47.5 and he's a 45 grade in coverage.
You really are in transition when you really talk about your sports analogies.
He's terrible. He has been terrible. You don't need
Peter,
a Pro Football Focus grade to show you he's terrible.
I'm asking you a question, and
Sure.
I'm asking for a friend. It's Bandit. Please, full screen.
Yes, Bandit. Here we go.
Bandit wants to know how many drinks you're going to be able to drink tomorrow. And just look. Here, Bandit, ask him.
Bandit.
Here, Bandit.
Bandit doesn't want to get on with you. You got to pay Bandit in order to get on.
Bandit loves me. Are you kidding me? But this is what Bandit thinks of you.
Okay, I'm not.
There you go.
I'm done with you right now with that. I should have cut you off, and I didn't get a chance. No drinks tomorrow night, guys. I love you guys, but I have to run a show. If nobody else, I mean, Harry could do it. I guess I could be the drunken co-host or something like that.
No, I plan on it.
Okay. I apologize, Molly Malone's. It was one Corona, California. I meant that I'm wrong. Ralph, it's okay. It's a joke. It's Cole. I'm proud of Webhead right there. There you go. That's what I'm Webhead. Peter, it's Jagoff, not jack off. Okay.
Correct. You see, that's proper terminology. If you bring that back up, he can teach you and all your webheads the proper terminology.
Okay. All right.
There it is. Okay. There's the perfect.
Jeff, that's how cheap the Bears are, though. Ralph, again. Sports Corner goes to 2 hours.
Are you talking Are you talking wrestling?
No, we're not talking wrestling tonight. We've preempted wrestling. We're not talking wrestling. You're going to be on with us. Leo Haggerty is coming on. And a sideline report, 10:25, late night with Leo again. With his friend, Sal Cappacio. The
LNWL, late night with Leo.
There you go. Late night with Leo and Sal Cappacio, the sideline reporter for the Buffalo Bills. Sports Corner goes to 2 hours in January 2024. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Sid and MJ. 60 points in his prime. I think it's certainly possible, don't you? Tom says, and Purdy was a draft choice away from being undrafted. Bajent's post-game interview was very, very classy. He will own Chicago if he keeps playing good. That was the other story today as we kind of get off the Bucs.
Transition.
Yes, I did say it again. It looks like Brock Purdy has gone into concussion protocol, has a chance to play on Sunday. But if he doesn't, are the 49ers in trouble at this point?
No, they're not in trouble. Still the best team in the National Football League. I'm not a big Brock Purdy fan, but there's someone in the wings waiting to come behind him who's going to resurrect his career. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, God. You and Sam Darnold, you got this damn love affair with him. You had a love affair the last 3 years. Who's throwing the ball to Rice, Harry, other than Mahomes in today's game? Because the quarterbacks in today's game aren't that great. Agree with that?
Great point. That's a great point, honestly. But, no, I think Mahomes can throw the ball to Rice. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I would love to see some of the old school players, the ones that couldn't run that fast but caught everything that was around them because they were getting hit. I just think Rice would flourish. I don't think it really made the difference who was throwing the ball to him.
Now you got Rich Gannon, you got Steve Young, and you got Joe Montana. I mean, pretty good quarterbacks there. But yes, Harry, if he was 55, he'd score 35 points a game, says 10.
That's what I think.
Dave says MTV should be called RTV for reality TV today. Absolutely. Cole, Which band plays better? We already asked that question right there watching the movie Blue Chips.
Don't know it.
You've never seen Blue Chips?
Nobody. I watch a lot of football tape. What the hell? I got time to watch Blue Chips.
First, Blue Chips is a great movie with Nick Nolte as the coach. He's doing his best impression of Bobby Knight.
Nick who?
Nick Nolte.
Okay.
Yeah, from I believe it's 48 Hours. He was in that. 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy. You have Shaq in it. You have Penny
24
Hardaway.
hours?
48
hours. What's 48 hours?
48 Hours with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. I watched that movie.
Okay, Blue Chips. You got to watch it. Basketball movie. You'll love it.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so the good movie there. And, of course, the story behind that was Shaq played with Penny. And at the time, Orlando was looking to draft Chris Webber, which, by the way, the Magic won tonight, their opener. Congratulations to them. But the story is that they were going to draft Chris Webber, and because Shaq played with Penny and was so comfortable, and he felt like him and Webber inside together would take up too much space. So he pleaded with the Magic to draft Penny Hardaway, and, of course, the rest is history. 3 first-round picks from Golden State to Orlando, and they get Penny Hardaway. And I tell you right now, if you watch Penny Hardaway and Shaq in that time, that was...
Penny Hardaway was one of my favorite basketball players. I just wish she could have stayed healthy.
Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, you'd be talking about Penny Hardaway in the same breath as an Allen Iverson and
Kobe Bryant, in my opinion.
Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
One late, great Kobe Bryant. And
if Shaq doesn't leave Orlando and
Kobe Bryant's the closest thing to a Michael Jordan that I've ever seen. And I tell you what, man, Penny Hardaway could have been that good.
Could have been if he didn't hurt his knees. All right, JTS could be a Jag.
Is that with JAG or JACK?
JAG, Jag.
Pretty soon you're going to come up to the comment of the night. I see it coming.
Millie says she'll be there. All right, Millie, thanks. Evans,
hi, Millie.
Out is the greatest offensive player in Bucs history. Alstott, Mike is now number 1. Dave, what's Harry's keys to victory for the Bucs tomorrow night? Let's hear the Greek wisdom. That's a good question. Let's go ahead and hear that from you, Harry. What are the keys in your opinion?
Dave, that's a great question. I'd love to give this dissertation about how the play-action pass is set up by running the football because Peter loves to hear it. No, they're going to come out and they're going to play really good defense. If you are betting this game tomorrow, seriously, bet it in with 2 hands and 2 feet. I love the first half. They're getting 5.5 points. Don't play the over or under because I'm not really too sure there's going to be a lot of points scored in this first half. But I do know that the Buccaneers are going to play really good defense, and Buffalo does struggle against the run. You know, they're not going to have as much success as what people are thinking, but 5.5 points is a lot. And I do see a possibility that Tampa could win this game tomorrow.
All right, good stuff. And I tell you what, we'll save the picks for tomorrow night. We'll get some of your picks, not only Thursday night, but we'll do some over-under maybe out there. Give some people some opportunity to win some money, even if you're a Buffalo Bills fan.
If JP's out there, I can't do it because then he steals all my...
Well, JP's not going to be out there. He's going to be covering the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's why
he steals all my picks and he makes all the money.
He's making all kinds of money on the JP Peterson Show, which can be seen and heard here Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to noon. I'm on there Wednesday and Friday. I'll be out there at the patio, 421 South McDill Avenue. Definitely join us for that. So lots of moving and shaking here. We're here in the studio tonight. We're going to be out in Newport Richie, and then we'll be out in Tampa on Friday. So lots of moving around. Let's see here. Cole, I love when you don't talk wrestling.
Ding, 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 ding.
This guy sucks.
Listen, Royal Rumble is coming here in January, and I'll tell you right now, my goal is to get the Sports Web credentialed so I can ask some questions to some wrestlers and show you that here live on the Sports Web.
Absolutely. It's a great idea. And you know what? They're waiting in line to go with you. Ray Kennedy, Blake Anthony.
Ray and Blake.
Hold on. The tribal troll.
Well, Tribal's going.
White,
He's already going.
Who else?
You're an idiot.
And everybody else. The one person that's not hurrying up getting there is me.
Well, that's your loss. Not everybody can be a
loss.
wrestling fan. Everyone's Shadow is here. Fear the Shadow. Shadow is here.
Yeah, here's the comment.
See you next month, you Greek jagoff. Hopefully I can witness Peter doing the Irish jig while eating a hot dog.
Booyah!
This guy sucks.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Blue Chips equals awesome movie. Shaq should have stayed in Orlando, would have brought a championship to Florida and been a god in Florida. I tell you right now, Nick Anderson.
He was a god in Florida. He was a god in Miami.
But here's the thing. The problem with that was they took a poll from the Orlando Sentinel, and the poll said
Sentinel, but who's correct?
Did I say Sentinel? Sentinel.
That was the name of a college, but go ahead.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Stop correcting me. Damn it. The Orlando Sentinel.
Yes.
Sentinel. Yeah, that's what you get. Thanks. You got me to curse now. Mother sucker, man. Mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, these opinions and views do not necessarily reflect Harry the Greek or the over-under. This is strictly Peter Blake. Oh, sorry, I'm pointing to him.
I've got no sponsors. Who gives a damn? Screw it.
No, but Peter, you got a lot of web heads.
Yeah, I got lots of web heads here.
And web Greekites, and what else are there? I have no idea.
Greek spiders, I guess. Greek webs. I don't know.
Greek spiders.
I don't know. All right. So going back to it, there was a poll that was put out there.
Yes, sir.
And the fans said that they didn't feel like, out of a percentage, and I wonder who answered this, so they feel bad about it, that they didn't want Orlando to sign him to a contract. So Shaq, being somewhat sensitive, got wind of this and said, you know what, screw it. And then on top of it, the Lakers, they're trying to build a team. They're going to pay him over $100 million at the time, which is a lot of money, which now, seems like chump change compared to what some of these guys are getting. The Greek Freak, by the way, your buddy, got $186 million for 3 years. So good for him. He's staying with Milwaukee. I know that makes you happy, but he went to the Lakers and the rest is history. The Magic were never the same, but I always go back to that series in that playoffs where they defeat Michael Jordan, who's coming out of retirement, number 45. He isn't the same player. Nick Anderson makes the steal. You won game one, and after that, you got the momentum with Horace Grant leading the way. But you talked about that. Yeah, that's right. A big-time piece. Because when Jordan left, they knew that that's what they needed. They got Grant to help out Shaq to complement. They should have won that first game, but Nick Anderson misses all 3 free throws against the Rockets, and it was over with. Hakeem took Shaq to school. Shaq was not a great center. He was raw, but he didn't have,
that Hakeem Olajuwon, boy, one of the best centers I had ever
played the game, ever. And he doesn't get the respect because people say, well, you're soft. No, that guy was not soft. He had moves.
Hakeem,
he could play defense. He could block shots. Position.
Do you know who else? Do you know who else they said was soft?
Who was that?
He was skinnier than a rail. Peter, his waist was probably the size of your forearm.
Mm-hmm.
Manute Bol
was nasty defender.
I mean, and the guy literally, it looks like if you could bend them in half and break them, but the guy was just, oh my God, what a beast! And I don't get how they say that. I don't think there was a center back in that era that was really soft. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to be a guard, be undersized, and that's why you respect Jordan, because Jordan had to go through the Pistons. Jordan had to go through the Lakers. You could say they were older or not, but he still had to go through those teams. And there were all-stars on all those teams at the end of the day, whether people want to say that or not. It's ridiculous. Let's see here.
Larry Bird said it best. After playing against them, not the first time, but the second time, he went, oh, shit, the NBA has been put on notice. It was us. It is now him. Good luck.
Yep, that's it. And Magic, they realized that in the Olympics. So with the Dream Team, the first Dream Team, the greatest Dream Team of all time in 1992. Look at us talking about old times there. And speaking of old times, we got the legend himself, Leo Haggerty, coming in here.
You said old.
Yeah, I did, but old and wise.
I don't know why you really pick on Leo like that, because Leo is so nice.
I call Leo the legend.
When Leo comes on, I am going to tell him what you said about him earlier in the show. It was just horrible.
He's already realized that because he's giving me the bird in the background. So thanks,
Leo.
there, Harry.
I'm so sorry, Leo. It's just so wrong. Leo, you see, he'll just leave you sitting back there. Leo, I bring you in. I don't need intro music.
Listen.
Leo, how you doing, buddy? Here, let me
he
take
does
care of
need
my
intro
buddy here.
music. Will you shut up? Here it is. All right, from a Coach Scout and now media member of Night Sports Productions.
Leo, you look great.
USF insider of the JP Peterson Show, and of course, my personal friend on the sports web, Mr. Leo Haggerty. Welcome to the Evolution tonight, as we'll be live from Molly Malone's in Newport Richie. How are you doing?
I'm in mourning, guys. You cut me, I bleed cheesesteak, and my Phillies went down yesterday. I mean, it was painful. It was painful.
Yeah,
Leo, I have a question about the World Series for you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bottom 5, bottom 4, bottom 3, bottom 2, or the lowest ratings of a World Series in the past 50 years?
I'd say it's the lowest ever.
Wow.
Okay, there you go.
Here's the problem. You got 2 6 seeds in it, and you got Arizona and Texas. Hey, no New York, no Philadelphia, no Chicago, no LA. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. You got to be a true baseball fanatic to watch this World Series. Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And there are some good stories here with the Rays, relating to the Rays. And then we'll get out to our other guest here, sideline reporter for the Buffalo Bills. And I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Sal
Cappacio. How's that?
Cappacio. See, I said it right. I did say it right.
Cappacio. What's the matter for you? Cappacio.
All
Where's
right.
T.J. Reeves, man? I'd like to put those two side by side.
Oh,
hey, I got a picture of him and TJ. He sent to me. I'll send it to you afterwards.
Well,
they had dinner tonight.
Well, anybody that's a friend of TJ Reeves is definitely a friend of the show here. Tell you what, let's go ahead and get out to our other guest here, Sal Cappacio, sideline reporter for the Buffalo Bills. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, as the Buffalo Bills are playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. How you doing tonight?
I'm great. Couple things. First of all, so as you guys are talking here, I just got back. I had the pleasure of hosting TJ Reeves and Gene Deckerhoff for Pizza and Wings tonight. So here's our picture. We were all together tonight. There we go.
Nice.
All right. So I took him out for some great Buffalo pizza and wings, just like I would do for my good friend Leo over there that's talking. Speaking of World Series, Leo will remember this. Back in the day when I lived in Florida, we were doing a little TV show together with Donnie G down in Sarasota. And one time we went, we did the show. It was right when the World Series was going on. I think it might have been 09 Yankees in Phillies. And we go to Patrick's in Sarasota, and Leo turns around and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "That's Jerry Springer." Like, what? Jerry Springer was at the bar, was at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And Leo, because Leo just, this is the way Leo is. He doesn't care. He'll just talk to anybody. He's like, "What do you think's going to happen in the series, Jerry?" And Jerry turns around and he goes, and Jerry Springer joined us at the bar all night, right, Leo? It was great.
It was. Yeah. We were just sitting there, and it was one of those nights. They say, "Hey, Jerry, what do you think of the series?" He thought it was an invite to come sit with us. I said, "Okay, no problem."
It all worked out.
And you know what, Sal? Before we go on, Donnie Dershio, rest his soul, was dumb enough to put the two of us on TV. I tell you what, we cut our teeth together on that. And one of the greatest lines Peter ever had is, I went to Donnie one time. We're talking about the Bucs. I go, "I don't care if Jesus and the apostles are playing defense." And I got that out, and Donnie goes, "Name dropper."
We had a great time.
It was a great show.
Yeah. Leo, anyway, it's great to be out with you, Leo. You're looking great. You still have your hair. I don't. So that's why you still belong in TV and I'm in radio. So there you go.
Well, you know what, Sal, let me throw the first question out while Peter and Harry think real quick. I asked Baker Mayfield point blank, you got to play short week. You got to go on the road. How do you squeeze 4 days of preparation into 2? And the answer I got was tremendous. He said, "You know what? Physically, no one's ready." But here was the telling statement. He said, "The one thing you can count on is probably no one has time to put anything new in. So you're going to just look at what they have." Sal, are you hearing the same thing up there?
I think that's generally the case no matter what, right? By the way, yeah, you're name dropper again, talking to Baker Mayfield. But anyway, so listen, I think that's generally the case. Plus, two teams that aren't familiar with each other as it is. So, you don't really have time to kind of say, okay, well, we know how they do this. Let's counter this. You kind of have to just go off what the tape is, what you've seen from them. I think the one advantage the Bills will have here is obviously the Bucs are flying up, and they flew up today. They flew in, and it's not a short flight to go from Tampa to Buffalo, so you have a little less time even to kind of get acclimated, get here, get in your hotel, do those kinds of things, and those things matter when you only have a 4-day turnaround. So yeah, I don't know if we can expect many surprises. I think this is like straight up football. Okay, what you've been doing, what we've been doing, and see if we can beat each other.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And I know there's some disappointment in Buffalo, some fear, because that window could be closing. All we've heard the last couple of years, Sal, is how the Buffalo Bills are not only going to make it to the playoffs, but they're also going to get to the Super Bowl. Do you feel like that's the emotion from the fan base here? Of course, Bills Mafia, which, my kind of fan base, wrestling fans, I like to put other fans on a table and put them through it. Is that the feeling right now you're getting from that fan base that window could be closing?
Well, I think that's been the talking point around the country a lot. There's been articles written about it, national media, things like that. I will tell you, every time I did a show like this in the off season, go on another media market, go in a national radio or TV, that question would be asked. And my response is still the same, guys, which is, as long as number 17 is under center for the Buffalo Bills, the window is not closed. Now, the window on this team is closing because they're getting older. And you have a lot of the same core pieces. And Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, 32 and 33 at safety. Stephon Diggs turns 30 this year. He's still playing tremendous football. Von Miller's, of course, 35. Like, that's happening. The window on this team together, these guys, is closing. There's no doubt. This might be their last year. They really have this core together. We'll see. But the window in the organization is not closing. They have Josh Allen. I mean, as long as you have Josh Allen, and he's still a young man, he's just entering the prime of his career, they'll have an opportunity. I think really what's the angst of fan base this year is you had this really great team. They started off really well, of course, bad loss against the Jets, and then they turned it around. They did what they did against Miami. But then since then, it just hasn't looked that good. And guys, they've had some really, really devastating injuries. And it's not an excuse. It's football. I mean, there's just you can't overcome three of your best players, one at each level, being injured. Daquan Jones, Matt Milano, and Tre'Davious White all out long term.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead, Harry.
The additions of losing a lot of different players, Buffalo has regressed the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised that you said something about number 17. He's also led the league the past couple of years in turning the ball over in very crucial situations and very bad moments. Look, Buffalo's biggest deficiency that I'm seeing, especially from handicap and sports, you don't know me from Adam, but I do follow a lot of different games and I prognosticate a lot of games and I watch a lot of tape. That defense has regressed the last 3 years, year after year after year. And it's very surprising to me, especially with all the studs that they have. And they're struggling this year against the run. You've got to stop the run. But I think Buffalo gets that turned around later on in the year, especially when the inclement weather comes around. And they're going to go back to playing with that attitude. Look, injuries, it's a part of the game. We all get it. But you're right. 17's a great quarterback, but they got to stop turning that football over and they got to play better run defense or Buffalo's in trouble this year.
Well, my counter would be, listen, we live with turnovers here because that's what makes Josh Allen special is the things Josh Allen can do. And if you're going to have him play like that, you're going to have some turnovers.
Yeah.
Back this year, I'll be honest with you guys, this year, the issue is, and he has turned the ball over too, just as much. It's really at the same rate he has. And there's always been too much, I guess. But the partly the issue is this year on offense, they're not letting Josh be Josh. Look at how many times he's run this year. It's like half the amount of times he normally runs. The part of the issue that the offense has had the last few weeks is in crucial situations when you need Josh Allen to make a play, they've had reins on him. He has not been running. He hasn't been able to do the things that, and I get the long term, like Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, they came from Carolina. They came from where Cam Newton was for many years, and they saw the effects of that. And they've been telling us for years, we don't want to put that on him. We want this kid healthy for a long time. He's going to be the stud quarterback for a long time. We get it. But, at some point, you got to let him play. And look, those turnovers, yes, nobody wants to see their turnovers, but he's got the Brett Favre in him too. Like if you're gonna ask Josh Allen to make the Josh Allen plays, you're gonna have to live with some turnovers once in a while. That's what's gonna happen, and that's the way it is. So I don't think that's they didn't not go to the Super Bowl in 21 because Josh Allen threw turnovers.
No, I didn't say that.
Right, I know, but I don't think that's been the issue over the last few years at all. I think letting Josh actually be Josh, you're gonna have to live with some of those turnovers, which would make them great.
And I've got something for you to think about here because this is going to make everybody go, When Brian Daboll was the OC,
Yep.
You would think that he would have even created more turnovers, especially when Brian Daboll, he's so stuck in a 5-man protect that it's not even funny. But that's when they let Allen be Allen. Because if the receiver wasn't open, 1, 2, tuck, go. That's exactly what he was doing. This year, I'm not seeing so much of that. And after Brian Daboll had left, but you know what? They need to do a little bit more of the 5-man protect instead of the max protect. They're doing it now because they're trying to create more running of the football. Man, you run those RPOs with a 5-man protect, Buffalo would be unstoppable, completely unstoppable. And I agree with you.
Well, look, this team has tried and they've said they want to run more 12 personnel. They want to run more 2 tight ends. They drafted Dalton Kincaid to do that. But I think it's actually kind of hurt them a little bit not running more
Agree.
spread, empty, things like that, because then Josh can be Josh. And look, last week, even when they get they're down to New England, they have not playing well. They have to start going hurry up. They have to start going up tempo. What happens? Josh goes 6 for 6 for a touchdown. He gets it back. He goes 2 for 3, scores another touchdown on the run. I think that is their best offense. And now, unfortunately, at the expense of Dawson Knox, he's a good player. Dawson Knox had a wrist surgery this week. He's out. He's going to be missing some time. Now Dalton Kincaid is the guy. And I think that actually could wind up being something that benefits the Bills, where they're going to have to kind of go back maybe to that 11 personnel, spreading the field a little bit more. And you all want to run the ball, right? I mean, it's football. We get it. But that's not the way the game's played in 2023 anymore, as you guys know. This isn't 1985, right? I mean, you need stud quarterbacks who can get rid of the ball and get it to your playmakers. And when the Bills are at their best, that's what they're doing.
What do you
Sal,
see? I'm sorry,
Sal,
Leo.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and if you want to pass on this, it's fine. You're on the sideline in Cincinnati when DeMar Hamlin went down.
Ooh.
How did this team even recover to play the rest of the season when after that just devastating night?
It was very emotional, but they kind of didn't even though, right, Leo? I mean, like they never recovered.
Right.
I mean,
You're right.
you go back,
Right.
you go back and you think what happened after that game. They go out against New England the next week. You have the amazing kick return to start the game by Damian Harris, and the emotion, the people crying on the sidelines was super emotional. Has another one later. They probably should have lost the Patriots without those 2 kick returns. I mean, they couldn't prepare for the game. They couldn't practice all week really with everything going on. They go to the playoffs and play Miami. They're losing to Skylar Thompson in the second half. What happened? Josh Allen magic. We talked about it. Josh Allen magic in the fourth quarter is really the only reason they beat Miami. They were running on fumes. They go to Cincinnati. It didn't go well. They got beaten pretty badly. And all year we've heard about, well, see, can't win the big one again, get embarrassed in the playoffs. Look, guys, I mean, I was with that team. I was exhausted. I got sick after the season. My wife said, I can't believe I've never seen you like this. And I didn't play, right? I mean, like I travel with the team. I'm a radio broadcaster. What it did to this team, incredible amount of, all the things they had to go through last year. And look, that was on top of having a snowstorm here in Buffalo that literally killed 49 people that we couldn't even get back from Chicago from being there. It was on top of a mass shooting in Buffalo that killed a bunch of people. It was on top of Kim Pagula's medical situation. She's still not, running the teams anymore. It was on top of moving a game to Detroit for the weather because of Cleveland lost a home game here. And I'm just saying, I think this team was spent. But I'd also tell you, I think it was Sean McDermott's best moment. For Sean McDermott to be able to get this team to even be in the second round of the divisional of the playoffs last year. I thought Sean McDermott did an unbelievable job to keep this team together.
Sal, real quick follow up. Is there any residual effects this year, do you think, or is this team just completely recovered?
No, I don't think there's a residual effect. I think, especially because DeMar's playing, right? DeMar's playing. He's on the field. Every time we had these different benchmarks for DeMar, and he came back and he actually, was back at workouts, and he was in preseason and camp and put pads on. He's not active every game. He's not one of the top 4 safeties on the team, but he's on the team. He's active sometimes with injuries. I think this team has kind of recovered from that, but every once in a while you get something that happens on the field. Like last week, Damian Harris, 2 weeks ago, has a sprained neck. He's down on the sidelines. They have to call the ambulance out. That's when it starts to come back, where people start talking about it. But no, I think this team is fully recovered. I think the city has recovered. They've embraced it, we wear it, I think, here as a badge of honor and courage of how this team performed and what we went through as a city.
My apologies, because I have to tell you, I never really thought, it was a horrible tragedy what happened to DeMar Hamlin. But, talking about everything and coming back from Chicago and everything you alluded to when you were talking about that really could take a big toll, not only on a team, but actually give you mental, not a disability, but mental anguish, almost like a PTSD. I mean, that's really hard, to really think about that. That's something, man. My hats are off to you people up in Buffalo. I mean, that was kind of moving.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And I'll go back to again, and I get emotional talking about this stuff, but and I know that's not why you guys brought me on, but we're talking about it now. And
Yeah.
you go to last May, and literally a mile and a half from where I'm sitting talking to you guys in my house right now, and we had a racist mass shooting at our supermarket, and the Buffalo Bills and the Sabres and the teams, they were a very, very big part of the healing process through that. And I think it all started, I think, back then. And then you go through all those other things we went through, and we're a tough city, right? I mean, nobody's telling you how much Buffalo's got the greatest weather. We know that. Or you come here and we get pounded because of our weather, and we get pounded because we've lost 4 Super Bowls and things like that. We've been through a lot here, so no one wants to hear about it. And then you get number 17 who rolls into town, and he represents this city like Jim Kelly did. And I think that's why we're so proud of him. That's why we get defensive about Josh Allen and the way he is. Screw it, you throw an interception, that's okay, because he's going to get up, he's going to throw 3 touchdown passes. And I think that's the mentality you have in this city.
Wow.
Well, and then
I wish they had that mentality in Chicago.
Well,
Just saying.
I wish they had that mentality here in Tampa. We're on with Sal Cappacio here, sideline reporter for the Buffalo Bills. Cappacio. I'm your host, Peter Blake, here on the Sports Web, along with Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire of this show, and of course, the legend himself, Mr. Leo Haggerty, former Coach Scout and now media member of Night Sports Productions and Amped Up Sports. Let's talk about this team and their history. You talk about Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed, and I mean, there's I get it. They get to the Super Bowl 4 times. They're not able to, accomplish what they wanted to accomplish, and everybody they love that Buffalo Bills team still, right?
Oh my gosh. Look, I mean, the Bills are the lifeblood of the city, really. And the Sabres. We love our sports here, right? And as I was just saying, we're not New York, we're not Chicago, we're not Philly, LA, Miami, places like that. We have our sports here. We love our sports. They're such a big fabric of what we do here. They affect our mood, how the team wins, how the team loses, things like that. You come to Buffalo and you eat chicken wings and you watch football. The famous line from, if you guys remember back when there was a famous blizzard of 77 here. It kind of put the Buffalo on the map. The blizzard of 77 was horrible. It was just like the one we had last year, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the mayor at the time, Jimmy Griffin, who was the mayor, he was quoted as saying, they're like, oh, what do you think? What are people supposed to do at this blizzard? He goes, what do you mean? We're Buffalo. Grab a 6-pack and sit at home and watch football. That's what you do. Right? I mean, that's how it is. And we're so proud of everything. And by the way, those guys, a lot of them still live here. They've chosen to stay here because it's a great city. It's a great city to raise your family. I chose to move back from Florida. I always joke I'm the only man who chose to move from Florida to Buffalo, New York, right? I mean, it's a great city. It's got great people. The legend of the game tomorrow is going to be Andre Reed. He'll be on the field. He comes back a lot. Jim still lives here. Thurman lives here. He's a very dear friend of mine. Steve Tasker lives here. He's on the Buffalo Bills radio programs with all of us. So those people are still a very big part. But I will also tell you, this organization's been searching to move on from that. They want to create their own history with these guys, and they have in a lot of ways, but it's not going to happen until they win a Super Bowl. And I don't know if that's going to happen, when it's going to happen, if it's ever going to happen. But even Thurman and Jim and Andre will tell you, like, yeah, we love carrying that torch. We want to pass it, though, is what we want to do.
For that, with that being said, what do you think the biggest hindrance to this team winning a Super Bowl? Is it the run game? Is it the attitude of Stephon Diggs? Because we heard a lot of scuttlebutt there in the offseason that he doesn't like to lose and this and that. He wants the ball more. But if you look at the statistics inside the numbers, he's getting the ball more than a lot of wide receivers in the league. So what do you think holds this team back from winning that ultimate prize in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, first of all, on Stephon Diggs, any notion that he's mad he didn't get the ball enough is just flat out wrong. I don't know, where that came from. We heard it too. That's just not true.
Typical pundits.
Stephon Diggs he's a bit different, right? I mean, like a lot of these guys they're wide receivers. We know that they have a different way about him, but he does. He really wants to win. He wants to win incredibly badly, and a lot of people do. I don't think everybody is the same though in the NFL. As you guys know, some guys play this game because they're so great at it and they can make a lot of money, and a lot of guys they want to win, but this guy despises losing so badly. And I think what everything happened from last year was he sees how good this team has been and they haven't gone over the hump. He's just frustrated him. And he wants everyone to win as badly as he does. He wants everyone to do exactly what he does to train. And not everybody works that way, right? So there was a lot of miscommunication there, and he should have handled it a way differently. But look what's happening, guys. He's still having a great year this year. Him and Josh are on the same page. You should see them, when you're on the sidelines, you see a lot of the things that they're mic'd up. They're talking to each other. So he doesn't have a bad attitude. I think that sometimes it's misplaced right? But I think the attitude is the intention is right. What has held them back? Well, you ask people here in Buffalo, some will tell you that, coaching in big moments has, and it has failed them at times. 13 seconds against Kansas City, right? Maybe you kick off different, you hold them different on defense. They should have gone to the Super Bowl that year. They should have won it.
Yeah.
But I think Sean McDermott's an excellent coach. I do. So I think those moments happen to every coach down the road. Andy Reid didn't win a Super Bowl for a long time in Philly, as you guys know, had a lot of great teams. And finally, he did in Kansas City. It's a tough call. I don't know exactly what's held this team back. I think the overall thing is it's not a sexy answer. It's really freaking hard to win a Super Bowl. And you got to have everything go right. You got to stay healthy. And, all it takes is one misstep or a couple mistakes here or there. And you're the team that's left out watching someone else do it.
You know what, Sal? If I'm the Buccaneers, I'm sitting here looking at a very angry Buffalo Bills team. They just lost to New England, who they pretty much owned for the last 7-8 games. And now I got to fly up to Buffalo and play them on a short week. This could get ugly tomorrow night, couldn't it?
I guess it could, Leo, but I thought New England might get ugly. I thought the Giants might get ugly. And the Bills not only left the Giants in the game and had to beat them on the last play. Obviously, the Patriots beat the Bills last week. So look, we're not here thinking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as some pushover opponent. They played the 3-3. I think they've exceeded expectations in a lot of ways. Baker Mayfield's played good football. He's certainly not the reason that they're they have 3 losses or they're 3-3. They have very good receivers. We know that. I would say they can't run the football. We all see the numbers. The Buccaneers just cannot run the football. And I think that would be the biggest, hindrance tomorrow night is you come to this hostile environment, maybe the loudest or one of the loudest stadiums in the league. The Bills make you one-dimensional. Now you're talking about Baker Mayfield making a mistake or two. And I think the Bills are counting that. But more than anything, the offensive side, they got to get off to a fast start. Last week, the Bills get off to a slow start again. And what happens? New England plays their game. They go out and they choke the game away. They run the ball. They're up 10-0. And now they just kind of, grind the clock out and use that run game. And the Bills did give up run yards last week because they didn't have Ed Oliver, who hopefully should be back. And they have been a little bit injured, but that's the formula for the type of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So when you say, could it get ugly? Sure. Over the years, I've seen the Bills blow a lot of teams out, no doubt, but they're not doing that right now. And I don't think anybody's counting on that tomorrow.
Yep. But Vegas isn't saying that. Vegas is saying they're a 9.5-point favorite, and there's very good reason for it. But also on the other flip side, Tampa Bay's coming up. They're losers of 2 in a row, also having a bad attitude and having to prove that they're going to go ahead and run the football.
And they've been good on the road too, right? I think Tampa Bay is undefeated on the road.
Buffalo could be in trouble if Tampa establishes a run game. I never used the word wrong. They're just, when you say that they can't run the football, the problem is they're not running the football. The 3 ones that they do have this year, they're very balanced. It's almost 50-50 between run and pass. Now they're reverting back as if Byron Leftwich and some guy named Bruce Arians was calling plays for Tom Brady, where they're passing the ball 40-some attempts and they're only rushing 16 times. You do that against a Buffalo defense, the word ugly comes from the very first quarter. But I see it. It's going to be a lot tighter than people think, especially in the first half, because Tampa is coming up with a little bit of an attitude saying, hey, this is a must win. But Buffalo's also doing the same thing. I still think Buffalo wins this game, but I'm not sure they cover that 9.5 points.
So I think it was about the same spread last week, and New England got off to that fast start and Buffalo didn't. And look what happened at the end of the game.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the Bucs are plagued by slow starts, Sal. How do you see a Baker Mayfield? A lot of people talk about his turnovers. Talk about his turnover last week, same old Baker. I mean, what do you see with the Baker Mayfield? Are you a fan? Go ahead and give me your overall analysis of this young quarterback still.
I really liked him in 18 coming out. The Bills were in the quarterback market. They took Josh Allen. Bills did a lot of research. We did. We were talking about quarterbacks every day on our radio station. We were handicapping them. I like Baker Mayfield a lot. I wouldn't have minded if the Bills took him. I didn't know if he was their flavor, and they're not. Just doesn't seem like a Sean McDermott kind of guy. I don't know, how to say that, right? But I didn't think it was the guy that really fit for this organization. But I liked him a lot. I like his attitude. I like his, demeanor, and he took a lot of gruff for his attitude. But I think the guy wants to win. Much like a Stephon Diggs we talked about a little while ago. But I do think the size hurts him a little bit. He's not the biggest quarterback in the world. He can make all the throws. It seems to me this year so far, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, he's making a lot of those throws. But if he has to throw the ball, as you were just pointing out, Greek, if you force him to throw the ball that much, you're going to get a turnover. You're going to get a bad throw here or there. He's going to miss somebody, and that could wind up swinging the game. So, I think he's done a good job. And I think that, for a guy that was kind of written off a little bit years ago, I love it. I love the fact that I like a nice rebound and underdog story. And, Baker, I think, has done that a little bit this year.
And of course, it goes back to the story also. The Bills made the trade with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
I believe the Bucs were picking at 7 at the time. And this is 2018. They moved up to 7, picked Josh Allen, who I thought should have went number 1 overall to the Cleveland Browns at that point. I didn't look at, completion percentage. You look at overall body of work. You also look at, size and everything else. I thought he should have been the number 1 overall pick. And of course, the Bucs take a Vita Vea. Leo, go ahead and finish up here.
Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad pick for the Bucs because it got him a Super Bowl. But you know what, Sal? I agree with you that Josh Allen is Coach McDermott's type of guy. Comes from Wyoming, playing up at 8,000 feet in the wind and everything. The kid's got the body of Adonis, and he doesn't care about what he does. He just goes out and plays the game, and he says, come on, guys, follow me. Sal, what kind of leader is this guy?
A true leader.
Yeah, and he leads a lot by example, right? I mean, like what you just said, Leo. Like, this isn't a guy that is in your face, barking at you. Like, even Brady, for all his greatness, you can see when he does things like that. And, Josh will get fired up in the sidelines, but I think it's a very well-directed fired up, and the relationship he builds with his teammates. That's the thing they talk about all the time, the relationships. He goes out of his way to make sure he has great relationships around the board with his teammates. And he's a humble kid. He's from California, but he's not from like LA. He's from farming California, right?
Yeah, there's a big difference there,
yeah,
buddy.
right?
California,
Right,
there's a big difference.
He's not a surfer, that's for sure.
No, he's not. And then you say, Leo, he went to Wyoming. The only reason he went to Wyoming, they're the only actual school that recruited him. He had to go JUCO. Josh Allen played junior college football, and then he went from JUCO and he wanted to go to Fresno State. Fresno State didn't even recruit the kid, right? I mean, so while he's at that age and doing that, you got Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen, and they're getting groomed since they were little kids. They're going to the Elite 11 camps. They're going to Pac-12 schools. They're always on the big stage. But this kid had to fight for every single thing he's ever had in football and in life, I think, and that's why he fits Buffalo.
Good stuff. Sal, go ahead and promote yourself here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend.
Yeah, every Monday through Friday, I'm on WGR Sports Radio 550 in Buffalo, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. On Twitter at Sal Sports, and then on the Buffalo Bills Radio Network on the sidelines. It's great. We talk about things we just talked about. I always say, guys, I'm just a kid who grew up in Cheektowaga loving the Buffalo Bills, and now I'm on an NFL sideline every Sunday. I have no idea how I got here, but I'm loving it.
I'll tell you right now, I want to be like you when I grow up, and a lot of people say I'm too old at this point, but I'm saying
you're just going to be a Toys R Us kid. Stop.
Shut up and be quiet, Harry.
Hey, you know what, Sal? You being that I'm still working for Sports International, I got to get you out for a week to football camp, just to make a tour. What do you
Leo
think?
and I used to coach those football camps together. I was for 10 years, I was a high school football coach down in Lemon Bay in Charlotte County near Sarasota. My mother-in-law still lives in Venice, and so I do get down there once in a while. So shout out to everybody down there. And my first radio job, WENG in Englewood, Florida, near Boca Grande.
And you know what, Sal? One last thing before we go. I'll show you my cell phone when you get down. I got under 1,000.
Wow, this guy. That's not a lot for you, I guess. That's amazing. I know, guys. It's awesome. We really, you're doing great things over there and taking care of my boy Leo. I appreciate it.
We always take care of Leo. We love Leo.
Hey, we love Leo, and he takes care of us because
One last question.
Yes.
The Greeks got one.
Yeah.
Your favorite all-time Buffalo Bill player?
So I grew up, I wore number 80 in high school as a wide receiver. Jerry Butler went to Clemson, Buffalo Bills wide receiver, number 80 growing up. And then as I got a little bit older, Jerry was out though, Thurman Thomas. And now Thurman's, guys, it's surreal. Like I'll be on the sidelines and Thurman will literally text me what are we doing on this drive? It's crazy, right? And I'm thinking, pinch me, please. Thurman was one of my favorites growing up. It's amazing to kind of say that. But yeah, Jerry Butler was my all-time favorite Bill wearing number 80 growing up.
One of my favorite.
When you come back to town, we got to go back to Patrick's.
You got it. Greek, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
One of my favorite football players of all time was a Buffalo Bill. And you're going to find this really hard to believe, but I've always liked little guys that played wide receivers, and there was nobody better at taking a shot, no matter what it was, than Don Beebe.
Oh,
the
yeah.
end. Oh, my God. What a class player.
You remember when he fell on his head at Cleveland?
Yeah,
right?
that was it. People don't realize he was from Illinois, Chicago area, Aurora. He ran a 4.22 40.
Chadron State.
I don't know what college he went to, but I know
yeah.
he came from out of that area.
Yeah. He's a You're right. And guys like that, hey, I like to root for guys like that. I'm kind of like guys like that, right? So
Cappacio,
there
you're
you
going to go to the
That's
Italian
what I thought
restaurant.
you were going to say.
You're
I thought you were going to say Lou Picone.
Hey, the Picones, you know?
Sal Cappacio, thanks a lot for your time here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend. We'll have you back soon, all right?
Don't be a stranger, Sal. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
Anytime,
Good luck
guys.
tomorrow
Thanks a lot.
night, Sal.
All right, thanks a lot. Enjoy the game, guys.
All right, there you go. Good stuff there. Leo,
Good
you
guy.
deliver again as you get into your Rolodex there and get your guests. We had Jaws on. We got Sal Cappacio right there, Bill's sideline reporter.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I gotta
You gotta leave?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay. All right. Harry the Greek, we'll see you tomorrow night live here on The Evolution. There we go. We'll get him out of here. Leo, you want to finish off with some final thoughts on the sports web?
Well, you know what? Sal and I go back. Dear God, we started doing TV down with Don Gershio in Sarasota. Let's Talk Sports. Sal and I cut our teeth together on that show. Don Gershio was one of the original 6 Nike salesmen.
Really?
Wasn't hurting for his next meal, that's for sure. But you never know it. He was just a class guy, great guy. Sal was down in Florida, decided for no reason at all, went to his wife, let's go back to Buffalo. I think I'm ready now to do something. He had no job, no nothing, went back, got hired at WGN, doing a weekend gig. Now he's doing a daily Monday to Friday. You know what, Peter? He's the perfect example of you put your nose to the grindstone and you jump out there. Here's what can happen. Real good things.
Well, that's what we're trying to do here on The Evolution, and that's why we got a legend like yourself, Mr. Leo Haggerty. Thanks a lot for your time joining us here on the Sports Web.
Yes, Peter, and remember, never put your fingers in the dike.
Thank you very much. That's why he's a legend. All right, we'll read the rest of these comments and we'll get out of here for the night. I swear to God, some of our analysts and our guests are just amazing. Are they not? Are they not funny? All right, let's see here. Dave says Shaq, Penny, Anderson, Grant, and Shaw was a great team. Absolutely. Tom Banner. Great Bulls memory. Peter Jordan was in baseball shape wearing 45. Absolutely, he was. And then the very next year, that Magic team that won 60 games, but oh, by the way, the Bulls team that won 72 with Dennis Rodman trounced them. They swept them, I believe, in the first or second round? I think it was the first round. Crazy. Remember Horace Grant goggles on the building during the NBA Finals? Absolutely. Leo, the legend. Greatest day ever seeing Harper walking off the field in defeat. Ouch. The wild card is killing baseball. I think a lot of people would say that with, all the eliminations, all the great teams, right? I mean, not only you talk about the Rays, Baltimore, Dodgers, Atlanta, it's kind of ruining things. But then again, a lot of people would say parity is prevalent. It's a good thing. Sal, no bragging. All you have a face for radio. Thank you, Tim. Hey, Sal, wide right. That's not nice. 2 giant goop balls. We know why you did that, you stinking Giants fan. They only passed to 2 guys. Tampa leads early, close game at half. Bills crushed them in the second half. 2 giant goop balls. Stop looking at his body, Peter. Come on now with that.
This guy sucks.
You know what I meant. He had all the measurables. Baker was smallish, and Josh Allen seemed like, again, he had all the measurables as a big quarterback, tall quarterback, can throw it. Definitely got a big-time arm. I can't help but feel the Bucs don't stand much of a chance tomorrow night. Depressing, but probably reality. We will see. We'll be live. I want to go back to this. We'll be live at Molly Malone's Irish Pub and Eatery, 4108 Little Road in Newport Richey. We'll start about 7:30. Bills Mafia bar there. So lots of Bills fans, Bucs fans, help me out. Get on the broadcast. Call the phone lines. Come out. Harry will buy you drinks and wings and everything else that you want here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. So with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks a lot to all of our guests tonight. Of course, Mr. Leo Haggerty, Mr. Harry the Greek, Sal Cappacio, sideline reporter for the Buffalo Bills, and of course, your phone calls. As always, they make a difference. Now you're measuring him. Wow, you got to stop this goofball. Great podcast, by the way. Congratulations to your Giants with Tyrod Taylor. Of course, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. like I Love St. Pete, Bucs Life, and now on when we do anything, we got Molly Malone's Facebook page. 3 things. You know them, you love them, you got to have them. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your Rolex reporter, Peter Blake, giving you something to think about. What time is it? It's my time. And of course, for Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans and Tampa Bay sports fans out there, it's your time. Have a great night, and we'll see you at Molly Malone's tomorrow night at 7:30 in Newport Richey.